So everyone is afraid of this graha or this planet called as Rahu, and no one really likes this planet Rahu because a lot of people, a lot of astrologers have defamed Rahu, that no, Rahu is one of the most malefic, very bad planet in Vedic astrology. But my dear friends, this is not always true. If Rahu is the planet Rahu or North Node is well placed in your birth chart, you can get a lot of blessings, a lot of success in your life. So, welcome back to this wonderful video session on Vedic astrology. My name is Gautam. I'm the host for your channel Astro Science, and today we are going to start another interesting playlist called as Mahadasha and Anterdasha. And this video is my first video of on Mahadasha. So as you all know that you have heard about these words Mahadasha, Antardasha, or Rahu Dasha. Okay, we are going to go more in depth and see what are the strengths and weaknesses, or what are the good part of Rahu. If Rahu is well placed in your chart, what are the good things which would happen in your life? And if Rahu is not well placed, what are the bad things which are bound to happen in your life in this video on Rahu Mahadasha. So, guys, let's understand what is Mahadasha first. Like, what is the definition of Mahadasha? See, Mahadasha is, a phase of an lifespan in an individual's life, right? A phase. Because Mahadashas are typically for like 17 years, 18 years, 20 years, 16 years, depending upon the planet. So these are like the phases of your, the big phase of your life. So that's where it's called as Mahadasha. And then after Mahadasha, we also have Antardasha, which are the smaller phases of your life, like 6 months, 1 year, or a year and a half, or 2 years. Again, depending upon what planet is 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 there for the Antardasha. So Mahadasha and Antardasha are, it's like Mahadasha is the boss, it's the CEO, and Antardasha planet is like vice president. Okay, still have to listen to what Mahadasha planet says. Mahadasha planet is like captain of that time phase, and Antardasha planet is like vice captain of that time phase. So both are kind of really have to be very cordial with each other. Specifically, if Rahu is with friendly planets, the results are very good. If Rahu is with enemy planets, the results are not very good in Vedic astrology. uh, we we typically Mahadasha, there are like so many types of Mahadasha. We follow Vimshottari, which is 120 year cycle of planetary cycle. So we follow Vimshottari Mahadasha, which is of 120 years. This 120 years consist of specific Mahadashas, like Rahu Mahadasha is of 18 years, and then we have other Mahadasha of planets. Total comprises of 120 years. Now why 120 years? Because I think so in ancient era, people, the longevity would be around that time, and they might not be in the ancient era. People might not be watching Netflix and wasting their time on TikTok and stuff. That's why they lived for like long, I think so. Jokes apart, but 120 years is the total cycle of Mahadasha, Vimshottari Mahadasha. So Vimshottari means, Vim means 20, and Shotri I think so means like century. 100 plus 20 is like 120 years of Mahadasha. Okay, so how will your Mahadasha go? It totally depends upon the strength of the planet, like how positive Rahu is or how negative Rahu is, will decide how Rahu Mahadasha or Antardasha will be in your life. Secondly, which house is Rahu? Like this is like very important. You have to know which house is, in which house is Rahu placed in your chart, and what is the degree of Rahu, and is Rahu in the center of the house, which is we call as Bhav Madhya, exact center of the house, or it's at the cusp of the house. That is important. Okay, if Rahu is in the center of the house of any specific particular house, then the power is more. If it's at the border or cusp of any house, then it's less. Comment below, let me know which house is Rahu in your birth chart. And whichever house Rahu will be placed in your birth chart during Rahu Mahadasha or Antardasha, you are going to see events related to that specific house. So if you see Rahu is in, say, first house, so you will see, all the events related to health, your self confidence related, your personal self esteem related things in your, your independent, thought process, and a lot of things related to first house. So you will see impact related to that. If Rahu is, positively, negatively, you have to see which zodiac sign is Rahu placed. If there are there any friendly planets with Rahu, or are there any enemy planets with Rahu? Lot many things. Okay, let's jump into Rahu. What are the good things which you will see during Rahu Mahadasha Antardasha, or what are the negative things which you would see? Positive versus negatives. Let's try to do this comparison. The first and very important comparison over here, like if Rahu is well placed, then that can give you abundance in terms of materialism. Rahu is associated with Maya, Maya of Moh Maya, or Maya of materialism, money, power, obsessions. So these are some of the materialistic things which Rahu is generally have, those qualities in, and it gets really activated, or it gets more and more during Rahu Mahadasha and Antardasha. So Rahu can give you like abundance in terms of money if Rahu is positive and well placed. But if you see, if Rahu is like, in a negative position, that can be, it can be, vice versa of this position. Rahu can, result in a lot of depression and failure at end moment. Sometimes we see that, we really work hard on some project, and eventually at the end moment that thing doesn't work, and we fail at the last moment, and we are like, oh god, I mean, what's happening? We did really good, but end moment things are not working. We are struggling a lot, but things are not working. That is Rahu. That is, the specific nature of Rahu. And this thing will be really high during your Rahu Mahadasha and Antardasha. Again, comment below, please let me know, share your views. If you really feel that during Rahu Dasha, how was your time. The second thing is, if Rahu is well placed, it can lead into like dominating, like well placed Rahu, positive Rahu would want more power, name and fame, and domination, want to dominate things. That is why a lot of people who get like sudden fame, overnight fame, name fame, that is this planet, specifically Rahu is related. But this sudden fame is not going to sustain for a longer time. It would be just for that specific time, when Rahu is impactful, or during Rahu's transit, just specific during that time, but it will just vanish and go away. But it will definitely give you overnight fame. And well placed Rahu also means networking with unknown people, because Rahu is connected with unknown place, unknown people. So during a good Rahu Madasha, if you're into business, or if you're into a job, you are searching for job, try to network with like unknown people at unknown places. Rahu is the only planet which is associated with long distance. Specifically, I'm talking about foreign settlement. So if you're looking for abroad jobs in abroad, like business in abroad or foreign settlement, then you have to check if are you under Rahu Dasha or Antardasha. If yes, then definitely you are going to success a lot. Just small thing, foreign settlement or long distance, Rahu is there for sure, but there is one more planet, which is the planet Jupiter, also responsible for foreign settlement. And but definitely under Rahu Antardasha, you will see a lot of news coming in from foreign and abroad for you. Uh, Now let's see like what are the negatives of Rahu. A negative Rahu can give you illusions, confusions in life. Like you will be literally on crossroad, and you're unable to decide on major things in your life. Sometimes when we stuck and we don't know what are the good things, where we get stuck. So that kind of an illusion is the negative Rahu. Rahu can also lead into addiction, depression. You can literally get into like a lot of addictions and drugs also, because Rahu is related to drugs. Rahu is, as a planet, a negative Rahu is also related to illegal activities and going against the government. It can get into like illicit activities or illegal activities, immoral activities without any rules. So negative Rahu always want to go without any kind of rules, and that's where the importance of Rahu is over there. Now let's see what are the positives. Rahu, if Rahu is positive, like Rahu is in a strong position, the communication becomes very strong in order to manipulate things. Like Rahu as a planet is one of the most manipulative, can easily manipulate things. And Rahu coming in with friendly planets like Venus, Saturn, or Mercury can really, really cheat on others. They can, try to take advantage from others, and that kind of an activity Rahu can get into. Versus if Rahu is negative, others will cheat the native. Like, if my Rahu is strong, if a native's Rahu is strong, Rahu will cheat others. But if native's Rahu is weak, then others will cheat you. So that's where I wanted to make you guys understand in terms of how Rahu, a positive and a negative Rahu is. Rahu, during Rahu Mahadasha, I have seen a lot of people, they lack spirituality. That is also because Rahu is of course associated with Maya. Whenever there is Maya, wherever there is Maya, there is no spirituality. So during Rahu Mahadasha Antardasha, you might face lack of spiritualism. And a negative Rahu can lead into like occult practices also. A bad Rahu can get into, native with bad Rahu can get into like black magic, all the occult sciences, all those remedies of the world and stuff, totkas of the world. That's where Rahu is. Rahu can also, negative Rahu can lead into sudden loss of money. That is an important point to be noted. And yeah, that's it. That's where overall positive Rahu versus negative Rahu is. Eventually, at the end of this video, I want to give this small message that don't consider Rahu always negative. Sometimes Rahu can be super positive also. You have to all check is what nakshatra Rahu is, what zodiac sign is there Rahu in, with good planets or bad planets, or in what house specifically Rahu is. So after considering all these points, only then you have to come to a conclusion, and not just give a vague conclusion about Rahu. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you really liked it. Click on the like button if you like it, and I'll see you next time with another new videos on Mahadasha Antardasha in this lovely playlist of MDAD on my channel. And okay, take care. Goodbye.